Back in Nullius, where we have just automated antimatter traps that are working, but they're working slowly enough, I think, that, yeah, we can see there's still fusion cells on the belt. But they are coming here slowly, and then soon we will run these into the nuclear reactors, and we'll get antimatter out. So I'm looking forward to seeing that pop up down here as a milestone in the next few minutes. But in this episode, my main plan is to muddle through some biochemistry research that we have just finished researching. Let's see, do I have fish science in all of these? Yes, we are getting more fish science. I love that. Ichthyology research, I should say. And, yeah, cool. So that means we'll be able to get probably biochemistry 7. Should I just do it? No, I'll keep researching parallel computing until we've built up a little bit more fish science, because we need 80, and I don't think there was near 80 in here. Actually, I'm going to count. I counted 62 in here. I paused it for you guys if you didn't notice. Or should I say I skipped it for you guys. 62, which... Oh, yeah, those have yield modules. I was like 121, but we did a research that took 80 of that fish science. But yeah, we have productivity in here, so we're consuming less than 80 research for that science, and we're going to consume less than 80 research for the next science. So I think it's not enough, so I will hold off on that. And in the meantime, let's harvest these fish eggs. So I'm going to, let's see, how many stacks of that? That's a lot. Yeah, I'm going to... It's funny that I bothered putting more than one inserter in there. I didn't even realize I did that. I'm going to put all my inventory in here, and then we can transfer all these fish eggs around. But of course I need to build a little something first. I think all I need for fish egg harvesting is probably a little bit, but I will factory planner it out and check. Okay, my conclusions are that we need a lot of distilleries for fish egg harvesting. Well, maybe not a lot, because we can use beacons. But I think I want more than this little space can contain. Oh, although actually, no, I'll just get rid of this thing. Yeah, I'll just get rid of that, and then we'll fit it all in here. So for the distilleries, it's going to look something like this. Something like that, indeed. We just have a bunch of fluids and then the fish eggs to route. So I think I will probably do something like this for now. Take all the fish eggs over here where they can be sucked into these things. Something like this. Cool. And then I believe I will have enough room for beacons. Let me check what I'm going to do here. I was thinking eventually I can scooch all this away. Let's put lights in this blueprint thingy majigger. Would you call it a blueprint if you don't blueprint it? I don't actually know. How about just like so? Okay. And the fish eggs haven't gotten there because it's so slow. Fun. And we can... Alright, let's do it one more time for now. And then I want to check to see that I can put a beacon in here. Yes, I see. I will stick it right like that. A nice large beacon that hits everything I want it to hit. I love it. Should I use the best speed? I think I should use the best speed. We also have fish harvesting, which I think I'll do if I'm something like low on oil, because the fish harvesting looks pretty lucrative. It gives me a lot of oil, a lot of amino acids, whereas the fish eggs only gives me a little oil and a little nucleotides. Oh, nucleotides instead of amino acids. Interesting. So yeah, I think if I'm low on oil, I will set up the fish harvesting, but I am not low on oil right now. Right now, oil is a byproduct, and in fact, I am going to need to get rid of the oil. So let's finish this fish egg stuff by routing all the fluids where they need to go. It's saline, solvent, and then the other stuff I know by sight: wastewater, nucleotides, and oil. And let me, before I forget, put the speed in there. And that's the only one that's not getting the bonus, so let's fix that, shall we? It was like, that's the design. Yeah. Okay, and then more fish eggs. All right, so yeah, just the fluids. I know I have saline and wastewater around here somewhere, so I will go find those and tie it in, and then the oil, well, the oil is actually the easiest one, isn't it? We'll just... I need to change what I'm doing here, I think. For now, actually, let's just go easy. Tie this in like so. Okay, so now that oil... Yeah, it'll go into the main line, and then if we need to store it in here, we can. Otherwise, it goes to... Where does that oil go? It goes up here into this tank. Okay. Everything looks good. We just need to deal with these fluids. Like this. Wastewater, done. Saline, done. Yeah, that looks good. Solvent, done. Oh, and now it's working. And it's... yellowy orangey. Should probably switch this concrete over to, let's say, orange, because it's a little, or yellow. How about yellow? Because we got that border. I think it might look cool. Yeah, I think that looks good. I'm noticing I didn't put a speed module in there. Let's boost that. That crafting speed is insane. Very good. And the output is full. No, these are all working. We are just going through these fish eggs that I've stored up. So yeah, we're gonna get a lot of oil, aren't we? How much are we filling up here? Oh, maybe not much. You know, this says harvest, but maybe it's almost like a disposal. Or maybe the nucleotides, actually. Yeah, I think the nucleotides are fairly... What's the word? High density? Like, you don't end up getting a lot of nucleotides in this game. They're... Yeah, what's the word I'm looking for? I don't know. I guess high density. Well, anyways, let's figure out how to hook up... Let's see, I think we got everything. We got the oil and the wastewater. Yeah, it's just nucleotides. So let's go figure out how to hook it up. I believe we have a couple different ways we are currently getting those nucleotides. So it might be something... we need to curl it around everywhere. Yeah, this might be something where we need to use a top-up valve where we are not currently getting top-up valves. Or possibly just a pump could do the trick. Okay, so here's our nucleotides. Yeah, we're getting it from this. This is... I would say we always need... I think we... Oh, man, I forget. We always need to get rid of amino acids, and then it looks like this is running down here. And this is only running when we need it to. So I guess the question is, do we want the fish eggs to... Sorry. Do we want the fish eggs to always work, or do we want the worm eggs to always work? I mean, we kind of want them both to always work, don't we? Let's just run this into... Yeah, I guess they'll be the same. And let's see, how do we take this? It's right... here. Let's curl the nucleotide line like that. Let's go. That was beautiful. Okay. And then here's good. So the idea is that this should not be working unless it needs to. And now that we have those fish eggs giving us nucleotides, let's see. Maybe we will no longer need these to work. Because this is pretty inefficient, I think. There's no need for us to use amino acids and sugar to make nucleotides if we can get nucleotides a different way, like with fish eggs that we don't even need or want. Yeah, I think this is okay. Let's actually do this. Is that what I want? I have an idea. Let's run the algae and this stuff like so. And then we can do something. Ah, dang. Ah, what am I doing? Okay. So we want to output priority going this way, where it will hook into this line. And then if this ever gets backed up, then we will store it in these chests. And the fish can go like so. Okay, so what's that going to look like? And then we need to input priority this. So these buffer chests should not get filled up unless we back up. And that'll be an interesting test to see if if we can handle all of these fish eggs that we are producing, and surely we can. Surely we can. And don't call me surely. All right, oil is not actually getting produced that much. So yeah, I think those fish eggs are not giving me that much stuff, or if they are giving me that much stuff, it's mostly nucleotides. All right, looks like let's see, we started out 121, now we have 139. So I am ready to switch over to biochemistry 7. And what am I excited to do here? Probably get rid of fatty acids and turn that into ethylene and propene. That looks heavy on the propene, which is nice. Oh, and this is how I'll want to do it because the graphite boxes are easier for me to deal with right now. We can also get rid of glycerol by turning it into ECH if we need to, but I don't think we need to get rid of glycerol right now. And then, oh yeah, and then make lubricant, which I think is going to be super good. So we can stop using silicone for lubricant, and I think silicone is kind of a bottleneck for us right now. Maybe. Do I need to boost this belt? Man, crazy. Looks like maybe boosting these belts and possibly these inserters could help too. I don't actually know what's happening. Oh, okay, we're doing it. Well, I guess we're no longer. What are we no longer doing? Consuming the cellulose? Yeah. What's a way to fix that? I think if I added another inserter like this could be good. Upgrade that to a green inserter. Yeah, that'll help. Okay, anyways, I think we're good with the fish. What else did I want to do here? I wanted to turn my oil into fatty acids. Yes, absolutely. And then, yeah, I guess we could get biodiesel, but this oil cracking is the one. And it looked like I just need a single distillery because it's super fast, I guess. Or no, or it's because we don't actually get that much oil from the fish egg harvesting. So like, how much oil am I producing? Let's check that. How much oil am I producing right now? Looks like maximum is 3,000. Is that 3,000 a minute? What is that? Yeah, that's 3,000 a minute. So 3,000 a minute would be 6 times that, which is still less than 1 distillery 3 with yield modules and no beacons. So I can always put productivity modules in here or beacons or whatever, and we'd be getting a fair bit. Glycerol, 98 per minute. What is that? Yeah, I'm curious what that is going to do for me. It's a fluid. And we are producing 750 a minute. So, oh, and we're only consuming 166 a minute. Oh, yeah. I guess there were some peaks over here where we were consuming a bunch for whatever reason. But, yeah, between 150 and 300 a minute, and this is going to give me 100 of that per minute. So we're going to consume much less glycerol. That's nice. I think glycerol is used pretty directly in green science. Should I go check that real quick? Let's see here. I think one of these is glycerol. Yeah, one of those ingredients in green science is glycerol barrels. So that's probably a considerable piece of it, and we will always be consuming glycerol then, and I probably don't need to worry so much about doing things like glycerol reforming. Okay. So turning oil into fatty acids, probably the best place to do that is over where I am turning fatty acids into oil. And turning fatty acids and glycerol into oil. So we're going to reverse this step now. We no longer need it. Although we do need to get rid of fatty acids. Wait, how do we get rid of fatty acids now? Let's see. Is that biochemistry 7? That's biochemistry 7. Okay. So we need to set up this as well, and we can look at how much we would need for something like so. Okay, so that one we will need. We'll need about 10 times more distilleries for this fatty acid pyrolysis than we do for the oil cracking. Okay, so I should plan on maybe putting it over here. This is kind of like my area where I turn biology products into more basic products. Okay, And I guess oh wait, I can't do that yet until we research Biochemistry 7. Kind of feel like I probably should redistribute some of these. Let's see. Sorry. Okay, redistribute that a little bit, and then we got plenty of fish science on the belt here. Okay, I think that's going to be just fine. Okay, so yeah, I guess the question is, should I rip this out now or later? And I think the answer is now. Let's just take out the inputs and then pump it in instead. And then we don't waste any bit. And then I'll make sure this tank is... Oh no, we are disposing of fatty acids. Yeah, we're disposing of fatty acids down... We're burning it. We're burning it down here. Wherever it is. Is that it? No. Up here? Fatty acid. Right here. Right here. Fatty acid. Yep. And the output is full. We need more venting, do we? It's funny. I wonder if I could check... Let's see. When our power runs, we don't use any backup anymore. That's the problem. We haven't used backed up power in... We haven't used it much in a while. So if I made these store more and then bumped up the capacity here. Let's see. I could also change these to the standard turbines as well. But I think I'm okay just doing something like this for now. Bumping up that and then adding some more chimneys like so. Okay. Yeah, just venting the steam, huh? And that way we will make sure that that fatty acid does not run dry. And we're burning what else? Methane, of course. Yeah, we are burning methane, aren't we? Because we're making methane in biology now, aren't we? And we're not really consuming it for much. Okay. Anyways, that'll do the trick. We can get rid of that glycerol here, but I am going to be producing it now. And then I need to check that this main glycerol production here is topping up rather than pumping in. So I don't want that main production to work if I have... What? If I have oil? I guess. Yeah, I don't know. When am I going to do this oil cracking? Maybe I'll have a glycerol tank and an oil tank and say if oil is less than glycerol, then crack it. Yeah, that might be a good way to do it. Because that's how I do cracking normally. All right. Let's rip out that oil. And then I think... What did I say I was going to do? Yeah, this is cracking, right? So we'll do this. We'll put a glycerol tank like here. And read that and say pump it if the oil... Let's see. If the oil is greater than glycerol, then that way it will run right now. Glycerol, glycerol, glycerol. I should search. That's the way to do it easily. Okay, so now it's running. If I were to, let's see, take this glycerol like so and just put it in here. Is that how I want to do it? No wastewater, please. Wow, that really got the... That really took a lot of wastewater in here. I think that's an output anyways, so that's fine. Okay, and now we're getting lots of glycerol. Let's use the main thing with a top up. Is that right? Yeah, we want to top this up now. So we'll do a small tank like so. Looks like that was the right line. I kind of lost the plot there a little bit. And then make sure we are topping up if this is... How do I do this? There it is. Adjustable top up. And say 50%. So these are going to work if... that has regular sodium hydroxide because at one point I had regular sodium hydroxide recipe going in here instead of the boxed version. Okay, and those are going to be working a lot now, which is kind of unfortunate, but oh well. And then what's that going to do? So if the oil is more than the glycerol in here, which should be at 50%, I think I'm actually going to turn this down and then pump it up. Is that a good way to do it? Let's see, something like this. With a small pump, we don't need that much throughput, so 4800 is way more than we need. And then let's bump this down to like 20, I think. Okay. So now this glycerol, or do I want it bumped up? No, I don't, because I would rather crack oil and turn it into glycerol than do much else. And this is the one where I don't need much, so I can just put down something like this. Hopefully it'll work. Oh, we do need the steam. How are we getting steam over here? I don't know. Ooh, this is going to be actually tough. Distilleries are so big. What's in here? Sulfur dioxide, that's an output. And how on earth am I going to sneak these things around? I'm going to have to use all of my cunning. I wish we could just switch those outputs. Oh, wait. I can chirality it, and that will help a lot. Oh, so good. All right, so this is the fatty acid, and it's an output. And this is top... What is this doing? It's just flowing into this tank. And then we have a relief valve here. So this is good. This is what we want here. And then the glycerol, we can do it like so. Or this way. I think I like it. Like... Let me see. Let me see here. An elbow? Okay. And did I also want the glycerol going somewhere else? What is happening? No, that's all. Yeah, that's where the glycerol ends. And then it comes up here for my backup amino acids, which should be all full now, although this one's working. Now, I think the fish harvesting was another way of giving me amino acids, right? I think so. But let's see. The output here is amino acids, and that's full. So this is working the way it should. Top up. Oh, we do want... Let's see. We do want this to always be able to give me amino acids. And then here... Ah, yes. So this should never work. I'm actually a little surprised that this is working because this blue underground pipe is coming over here, transferring my amino acids at 80%, and then it hooks in here. Okay, I'm no longer surprised. That is exactly what I would have expected. We just need a... How do I cycle through some stuff and get a red underground? I no longer have red undergrounds anywhere. Let's put it here. I need this 1 to 2 here so that we are only transferring this amino acid at 60% pressure. So that was amino acids, right? Yes. So only when this is less than 60% pressure now can these amino acid nanofabricators on the bottom here work to give me amino acids. So I should not be getting that, because my worm egg harvesting is giving me that at 80%. That's what these pipes can do. This worm harvesting gives it to me at 70%, and then these only give it to me at 60%. Okay, so unless those worm harvestings aren't enough, I'll never get amino acids like this, and we can just rip it out. I'll just check like next episode that we are no longer getting amino acids, because we still are, because it's still backing up. Okay, apparently that can hold 300. All right, well, let me just rip that one out. That's a way to do it, because we definitely don't need all of that. Okay, very good. And why do we have beacons that aren't going anywhere there? Who knows? Who knows? Anyways, finishing up here, we need oil and steam. So let's get oil and steam. Okay, oil, and to do that I had to move the glycerol a little bit. And now steam, and I have no idea where to get steam. I mean, I would like to get it from the main line, but do I want to bother running that? And I think the answer is yes, I do, because we have so much of it. So let's see, this is always, yeah, this always has steam in this line. So I will run this to the west and then run it up. And in order to get the steam into here, man, I am having to do some really stupid stuff. Oh, and I messed up by hooking that into the glycerol, but it looks like the glycerol, the oil, the whatever this is, the fatty acid, the wastewater, everything is still as it should be. So that worked okay. And now I'm going to take it down like here, I think. That should be good around my nice little gardens of grass. And if I take it straight down, I think I should see it right. Not yet, not yet. It's next to my sulfur dioxide here. Okay, so there's some steam, and now we got oil cracking, I believe. Yes, indeed, very good. So that gives us a ton. That consumes crazy amounts of oil. Crazy amounts of oil. Giving me a crazy amount of fatty acids. Let me check down at my combustion that these are like working non-stop, like I would guess. Yeah. Cool. We can upgrade these to combustion chamber 3s. And I'm guessing, I mean, that produces more steam than it consumes, right? 1.3 a minute. Let me check. Fatty acid. Where's fatty? Oh, right. Let's see. Fatty acids to steam. How do we check? Okay. That's what we're doing. And let's see. Steam unrestricted. So, wow, that produces more steam than it consumes. Cool. Okay. I guess that makes sense. So that should fill up that steam tank pretty good now. And yeah, even with combustion chamber 3s, these are filling up fast. So cool. We basically have unlimited fatty acid. I mean, no, that's clearly not the case because we'll need a lot more oil. And yeah, we've run dry our fish egg buffer now. So oh, maybe not. Nucleotides are full. Let me check. Why are nucleotides full? Because these... yeah, this pipe isn't full. I just messed up hooking up this pipe. Dang it all. Curse my silliness. Alright, so let's take this up like that. Run it over like so. Okay, good. And now we got lots of places for those nucleotides to go. The worm eggs weren't working either. So now those will all work. The fish eggs will all work. And, okay, cool. Cool. And we finished biochemistry 7 right on schedule. Oh, but we haven't gotten antimatter yet. Let me check this nuclear power. It's taking a long time for those things to get there. Huh, I would have guessed. I guess this underground belt can hold a lot. Okay, well, soon. Maybe I should help it out. We're not really waiting. Once that researches, it's not going to give us anything right now, so... And I don't know what to do with the antimatter yet. I don't think I can do anything with it yet other than... Oh, it's to consume an antimatter. Wait, then does that mean we've been getting it? No. We still do not have any antimatter yet. Right, it's a milestone. I don't have to wait for the checkpoint. I can look at the milestone. All right, and now fatty acid is backed up as we suspected it might, and that's a problem because the algae's not going to work. Shoot. Okay, so I need to come here and top this up. Is that the lesson? Well, it's kind of a pain to top it up with what I've just done. We could store it in a giant tank. Oh, how do I do that? All right. Storing it in a giant tank should help. In my garden. All right. But now that we have biochemistry 7, I think we have a way to consume that. How do I look for that? Right here, right now. Let's go, fatty acid. Pyrolysis. Yes, give me that sweet ethylene, propene, and benzene. That was in distilleries. How many distilleries can I cram? Right here, I can probably do, let's see, 5, and I'll do it like this. And then we can put large beacons in the middle. Possibly even small beacons in the middle if I am clever about things. Let's try it out. Something like this. Alrighty, this is what I had in mind, something like that. But it is occurring to me I should not put this here. I should put it somewhere else. So let's just check. Per second, we can get rid of 448 fatty acid. And what are we producing right now? We are producing 12. Let's see here. Does that mean 34,000 a minute? 34,000 a minute, and what was this? 34,000 a minute. 27,000 a minute. So probably a bit more than this. But I'm going to cut this and find a place down by my propene, ethylene, and that sort of thing. We could put it right over here, can't we? Yeah, that's perfect. I'll go figure out how to make that work. That used to be where my fatty acid production was. It's full circle. It's coming full circle. And yeah, since I already have fatty acid going down there anyways, it makes a lot of sense to do it like this. And that way I don't have to belt the... let's see here. Belt the ethylene propene. Let's see. That was... propene coming down here for no reason. Yeah, the propene's all going down. This is all stuff that I had for that old fatty acid thing. Okay, and then we'll figure out a way to sneak this sulfuric acid around, which I could do something like that. Same with the steam. Looks like I could do something like that. Actually, let's use these black ones instead because I can get much further. And I'm going to have to wait for my base to give me sulfuric acid. Is that going to break my whole base? No, I don't think so. I don't think so. Oh, cool. And graphite's running right here as well. Awesome. Okay, let's see. We'll run the graphite up like that. Something like so. Should do the trick. And I don't love the position of the large beacon because it's a little tricky. It's not tricky at all. Not tricky at all. Okay. And I got to hit those inserters, so I'll do that. All right, cool. So let's see. Yeah, it's just fatty acid in and then a bunch of stuff out. Oh, apparently I was running it down. Is that? Oh, no, it's running up. It's just messed up here. R and R. And then I can sub this out for a regular belt so I can see this stuff on it a little better. I could also do that so I can see this stuff on the belt. Cool. And then take it like this. And it surely doesn't need to be a red belt. If it does, then I'm screwed because I'm not consuming that much graphite. We will definitely input priority from here because this is basically a byproduct. And then ethylene, propene, and benzene. How am I going to make sure those get prioritized? Because I want to use that fatty acid instead of compressed carbon monoxide and hydrogen, right? Yeah, I think so. Although, maybe not, actually. Let me think. Okay, I think that I do want to prioritize the output of the ethylene, propene, and benzene from here. That would be ideal. And then I will only give this system fatty acid if I need to get rid of fatty acid. Yeah. Because we're going to have some other things we need to do with fatty acid shortly. Okay, so one thing I could do is change some of these pipes to the better pipes, and that way we'll only be adding the ethylene, propene, and benzene from these at 60% pressure, but we can add it to these pipes at more than 60% pressure. Does that make sense? Hopefully that sort of made sense. Okay, and then we'll need to think about how to get it in here. Yeah, this is gonna be a little tricky, eh? Let's try this. Did I just cut anything off? I don't think so. And then we have propene. And then we have ethylene. What is this? Methane, huh? Okay, well, I think that'll be okay. Okay, and then we'll take those 3 down somewhere. Ethylene looks like that's an input. Why is it at 25? Oh, because I have bad pipes here. Interesting. Why do I have bad pipes out of my ethylene thing? That's very strange. What's gonna is it gonna break when I do this? I don't think so. It'll certainly mean that I can consume more ethylene. Huh. Oh well. Well, I think I'm ready to just shoot those things down. I think I can do one here, one here, one here. Okay, and then we'll have a little issue with oxygen here. No, we don't have any issue with oxygen there, right? No issue, no issue. That was for the fatty acid. Okay, cool. So this stuff is going to be good for outputs, right? Let's hook it there. Okay, cool. We just need, maybe I should do inputs first, and that way it'll, I'll be very clear about where I need to run these things. Ugly lights, but at least they light up the place. No, I can, yeah, let me hook up the fatty acid input. Should be easy because it's right over here. Right over here. Fatty acid, oh, we're not getting, it's all in the big tank. Okay, cool. And fluid ingredient shortage of oil because it's lower than the glycerol. Excellent. So let's see here. Item ingredient shortage of fish eggs. All right. So we're not getting enough oil. We can always get more oil with fish. I think that's probably one of the more efficient ways to get oil because it looked like each fish gave me a lot of it. How do I check that? Right here. Yeah, 3 fish give me 110 oil versus 2 fish eggs give me 6 oil. Cool. And then amino acids, probably will have way more amino acids. We'll need to dump it. The lithium chloride, I think I can consume that pretty easily. In any case, let's see. Fatty acid needs to come over. I can sneak it through here. I'm sneaking some other stuff through. Oh, fatty acid. I'm sneaking fatty acid through right now. All right, we got fatty acid in this line, I guess now, huh? Okay, come on down around so I can take that fatty acid where I wanted it. Where was it? Here it is. Nice. Yep, like I said, that used to be my main fatty acid production over here. Cool. It's a little annoying that that belt was in the way. Wait a second. This is fatty acid, right? Compressed carbon oh, goodness. How did I connect? Oh, that's how I connected today. All right. Well, let's change that to a one-way thing there, and then I can. Oof, that's a lot. Maybe I should actually pump. All right, let's do this. Pump all that stuff out. Okay. And now, let's see, replace this with a one-way thing. Okay, so that's not connected anymore. And we didn't waste a whole bunch of compressed carbon monoxide, which is not valuable, but waste not, want not, as I always say. Okay, so now the fatty acid's coming over here. I think we can pump out of that large tank, and then we will see what we can see. Okay. All right, so yeah, I believe we are now, we got to pump on that tank. So oh, that's fatty acid, of course. Cool, okay. What do I want to do here? I guess I'm okay just pumping it all out, and then we'll turn it all into ethylene and propene for now. So I assume that's what I'm doing here. I'm assuming these are working. Yeah, output full. Okay, and now we can see what these belts are full of. So benzene, which should be right here. Ta-da. Let's see. Methanol. No. Curses. I do need to keep that methanol there, I think. Fluid system 2000. I'm okay deleting that. And then, so that was propene, and that's propene. So, Yeah. Okay, propane like that, and then that should be compressed hydrogen. Dang it all. And that's why you always use the 1-to-1 things, capping it off here. And that one I'm just gonna delete. Okay. I'm curious actually if that messed with my oxygen, because venting hydrogen counteracts some oxygen. I'm not sure if deleting it out of the tanks does that. Oh well. Alright, so these are working now because I'm getting my propene, my ethylene, and my benzene where they need to go, and I'm prioritizing that over these, I think, because that should fill up these pipes. And then they're pumping into these tanks. And yes. The nice thing about this is it gives me more propene than ethylene, which I think is what I want. When I'm doing this regular recipe with the monoxide and hydrogen, we get more ethylene than propene, and then we have to what's it called? Ethylene pyrolysis it down into propene, but that gives me a bunch of methane that I am then just burning. So yeah, I think this is a pretty efficient way to do it. We just need to make sure we are always... Oh, and apparently I never hooked up these. Of course I didn't. So yeah, I better hook up these outputs so that this graphite has somewhere to go. Okay. Let me see here. How do I do this? Like this. I believe I hooked everything up. That propene line is gnarly. That whole little pentomino there is gnarly. Which I kind of love. Kind of love it. All right, and then, yeah, we're prioritizing this. It looks like I'm only pulling it off of this left side, so I think... Let's see. Let's do that. And then let's go see if there's a reason why we're only pulling it off of the left side of the belt, and that's because this inserter prioritizes pulling off that left side of the belt. Okay, cool. And yeah, that's the only way we're getting graphite now, it looks like. Obviously this here as well. Wow, we are getting so much graphite. I really need to, let's see, how do we do it? Really need to turn it into oil and coal. I think that is the main thing I'm going to do with graphite. You know, why don't we just start storing up a giant warehouse of it? All right, so we got the green thing here. Let's output priority where it needs to go, but then I think we can get just do a yellow belt would be fine. And then let's just store up a whole bunch of it. Is this crazy? And yeah. This might be crazy. Y'all tell me if this is stupid or whatever. Okay, and yeah, I just did a yellow belt just to make sure we keep the graphite flowing. Just to make sure. Is that going to... Yeah, you can see here now these are all working because we have a ton of cellulose. Do we need to get rid of the cellulose or what's happening? Should I be thinking about... Should I be thinking about that? Yeah, no. This is just good. Biology is just giving us a ton of stuff we can use, which is really what I want. That's the point. That's the point. No, that's not the point. The point is to terraform the planet. But this is a nice perk, a nice side effect. And let's see, how's my oil? We don't need to store it anymore, do we? Let's stop storing it and instead pump that oil back into the system. And I can do, let's see, let's check 125, 124,000 and 123. So that does not delete, 20,000. It pushes it into the tank nearby. And that means that this pump will be working a little easier. And there we go. There we go. We looked at that last episode where you can delete those tanks and it'll push the fluid into the neighboring tanks. Okay, cool. Wow, okay, I really need to research. Why aren't I researching? Genetic archive! Let's do that next. I'm excited about that. And then zoology 3. Awesome. And then biochemistry 8. Oh my gosh. Things are happening. And I still haven't gotten the milestone for antimatter. That is shocking. Absolutely shocking. What is happening over here? Still fission, huh? Still, yeah, fission. Those things are just slow to consume. All right. Well, at some point, we'll make an antimatter. That's probably a really good reason to use bots to deliver the fuel because there's less of a buffer on the belt. All right. Should I check that there's not an easy way for me to boost? It looks like we have all the ingredients we need. So we're good. How about we set up a little bit of fish harvesting? And what is that little bit of fish harvesting going to look like? All right, it looks like we are not using this many fish things. We're not using a lot less than that many fish things. But let's see, that does 4 per second. So how do we consume 4 fish per second? That would be, let's see. One of these can consume 12 per second. Okay, let's just put it down and use max rate calculator because that's too much math. That's too much math for me. What do I look like, a math guy? You guys know I've taught math for, taught high school math for a while, huh? Okay, this will consume 2 per second. And what I say, 4 per second was what I wanted. All right, so yeah, crafting speed of 7.4 is about all we get. So I think, what if I just did one of these? Maybe I'll just do one of these and stick it here. I don't know that we need that much oil. We'll find out. So we want to always prioritize going here. And then we'll just harvest some. We'll just harvest some, just for fun. Just for fun, you guys. Let's get the input first, because I don't care. I don't care about nothing. That's saline, which is easy because it's right over here. And I won't make a big deal about my favorite song coming on, because I know you guys are sick of it. Yes, yes, we know. It's the song. It's not that fun. All right, cool. Oh, no, the box version. Give me the box stuff. Where is it? Oh, it's in, right. Oh, there is no boxed version. Why did I think there was a boxed version? All right, so we're gonna have to box it ourselves, right? Let me check. FNEI can help me check. It does not go into any recipe that produces a lithium chloride, and it does not go into a fish box or anything like that. So, very good, very good. And did I never... Oh, yeah, right. Because I just decided to make it the regular old lithium. Okay, let's get rid of this windmill so I can see. Let's get this where it needs to go. Like so, and like so. This is wastewater, and I have wastewater right here. That's the easy one. Amino acid. Actually, let's take the amino acid just straight this way. And then the oil, maybe the oil actually should also come straight this way. Yeah, we'll just do that. I'm not used to making non-tileable designs. And yeah, I'm going to wish I didn't I? Because I'm going to want to expand this downward. And it's really fun. Okay, yeah. Blah, 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 blah. Ta-da! Okay, and now we can simply hook those in where it needs to go. And where's a nice place for the amino acids? Right there. Okay, and that was my plan for the amino acids, but I've since changed my mind. All right, so the oil needs to come up, and I think I'm good to do like this. Bring it on down, and then hook it on over like that. Okay, so we got oil where it needs to go. Oh yeah, right, the lithium stuff. So should I put it directly in a box? That's a pretty fun idea. Let's do that. Directly into a box. And then probably put it on a belt running this way into a... what's it going to do if I put it in a dispatch chest? It'll be fun. That's what it will do. And then we'll just see how much how much box lithium chloride is in the system. Let's see here. Lithium chloride. Oh, okay. So I definitely will want to summon that over by lithium chloride. Lithium chloride. What do I call it? Consumption? Logistics. I'll say logistics. Okay. Cool. Everything. Yeah, I like this list. This is a good to-do list. Biochemistry is the first priority, though, so let's just finish that. Okay, cool. And then get rid of some of that fish. And then amino acids, amino acids, amino acids. And this is going to be a tricky one to get rid of, I think. I guess I want to put it in here, but that will probably never run. Those are always full. These are now output always full. So let's see, what do I do with amino acids? Let me check. So the main thing we do with the amino acids is progenitors. They're used in all these progenitors. That's an obsolete recipe. This is probably what I need to start doing, making ammonia out of amino acids. Am I doing that right now? Someone remind me if I'm doing ammonia out of amino acids. That's going to be actually super useful. Okay, let me hook that up. Yeah, that's going to be a priority for me. And then I can get the amino acids running into this line here. So let's see here. Left and down, I think, is what I want. Okay. Okay. These are occasionally working now, it looks like. Like that just worked because I needed more amino acids to fill up that pipe. Okay. And these are still never going to work. Okay. Now how do I get this down where I need it? And that is a good question because this is a absolute mess, but I think I can just go straight down maybe. Let's try it. Let's see what happens. Straight down would be there. Maybe that is a more pleasing place to put it. Okay, things are looking good. Yes, baby. Amino acids. All right, and then we are ticking over to the next hour, but I'm going to set up amino acid metabolism. And how do I want to do this? You know, I might change these red belts to... Wait, do I even have it? I was going to say, I don't even have it. I was going to say change it to the other ones. But instead, I guess I'll have to use a top up at less than that. Because I don't want these to work to supply that ammonia. But I can just make it at 70%, can't I? How do I do that? Yeah, I'll do a relief valve at 70%. That's what I do. Oh, wait, no, that'll still never work. 60%. It has to be 60%. And then those might work sometimes. Yeah, this is why I wanted to do this. So I put a top up at 40% right here for the row on the bottom. And then here I'm going to replace all of these pipes with the absolute worst ones, which I believe are 40%. So this will only supply amino acids to this main blue line at 40% pressure. And I do have those pipes. Yes, I do have them in my mall, so my bots brought them. Cool. Okay, so now this should be at, let's see, it should be at 80% from the worm eggs and then at 70% from the fish and the worm harvesting. And now I will want to relieve it at 60%. Okay, so let's put a little tank here. That should work. No, it shouldn't work. Tank here with just a... Come on. Get in there. Cool. Okay. Those are going to work briefly until this gets back up to 40%, which it looks like it probably has. And these are all working now. My fish harvesting is working now. How much is that doing? That's giving me, let's see, 42 a second. And what are the worms giving me? 42 a second versus 168 a second. Okay, so those worms should not have much trouble here. And then we wanted to relieve it at 60, was it? What did I say? Yeah, 60%. Okay, relieve it at 60% into the ammonia stuff. And how much am I going to one of that? Let me check. All right, looks like each one will give me about 40 per second. So I probably want maybe 4. I'll probably do it like I did it. Yeah, with that other one. Let's just this will look familiar. Something like this. And my base bots brought those. Okay, cool. Something like this. And then I just need to hook up all these products. Oh yeah, I was thinking I might want cellulose into sugar. Is that what I did here? Sugar into cellulose. No, yeah. Okay. Let's see here. So then it's methane, ammonia, wastewater, and fatty acid and bacteria. I believe once I hook up this bacteria, these will start working and all the outputs are hooked up correctly. Let's see here. We do have an underground pump coming. Okay, cool. And this is pumping the ammonia into this main line of ammonia. I'm not sure exactly what we're going to want to do about hooking that into this part. I think we'll have enough. I think as long as we pump it, I think the pressure drop from this main ammonia all the way up here, which I'm mostly consuming the ammonia in the north part of my base. So I think the throughput drop in those pipes should be fine, such that we'll always be able to get ammonia out of here. But it looks like that's not the case. It looks like this is going to back up on ammonia, unfortunately. So how do I fix that? I guess I need to top up. I need to top up, which is not great because that means... what does that mean? It means the throughput isn't going to be as good. But I think I can get rid of it. I think I can get away with it if it's at 70%. So this will top up the pipes to 70%, which is less than full pressure. Yeah. Oh, and maybe if I put a pump here, maybe that would help. Maybe. I hate when the pylon does not have enough... Whatever. Whatever. Okay, so it looks like we are supplying more ammonia than we can even handle. That's surprising. This isn't an ammonia backup, is it? All right, how much ammonia are we consuming? Because I thought we needed a ton of ammonia. Let's see here. I guess at our peak we need a lot, but on average we don't. 30,000 a minute. And this can produce... Per minute, it can produce... Okay. We are producing a lot of ammonia with this amino acid. That is impressive. Okay, well, that's good. We're getting rid of all the methane. We're getting rid of all the wastewater. And did I just boost up my bacteria consumption by an insane amount? I did, but no, actually, I wouldn't say that's insane. The prior peak was like 528. And right now we're at 663. Okay, so this should be fine because these are not going to be working very much. I did not need that many things. Okay, cool. So that was insane. I should have set that up so long ago instead of boosting this ammonia. Like, this is a lot of ammonia production, which is nitrogen and hydrogen compared to this fatty acid, let's see. No, it's not fatty acid. It is the fish harvesting stuff. Okay, and the worm harvesting stuff. So let me just check that these, the outputs here are still pretty full, including now the ammonia is going to be full. Whew, okay. Cool. Should I do an underground pump here too? Maybe I should. Doesn't really matter much, does it? I don't know. Well, anyways, we're into the next hour. I'm going to call it, and should I check off biochemistry? I think... Maybe lithium chloride. I'm gonna get that real quick. All right, I'm over here at my main lithium chloride production, and yes, these are just lithium chloride. Like, there's the byproduct of salt and the green thing, calcium chloride or something. But the main point of this is to give me the lithium chloride. So we're gonna output here, and then we are going to summon the boxed lithium chloride that I have in the system. And then, let's see, 80 in the system. Okay, cool. And this should be fine. This should be fine. We'll see what happens. I'm guessing these are going to back up and we're never going to need them again. Ooh. Yeah, baby. Yeah. Okay, let me make sure those go on both sides of the belt. There we go. And now this stuff's going to start backing up. This main product is going to back up, and we're only going to get Only going to get this here. Cool. Okay, guys. Well, fantastic. Fantastic. Let's up these to Surge Electrolyzer 3s because we got them. Oh, and make them priority because there's no difference between priority and Surge except that Surge allows you to store power. So if you don't want these to run when we have low power, then you can do that. But they don't make them faster or anything, which I like to use Surge because it makes it faster. And then you can store up a big buffer. If you don't have power, then you're not consuming a bunch of power that you don't necessarily need because of the big buffer that you've stored up. But anyways, yeah, cool. Everything looks good. This is going to back up. The biochemistry we'll keep an eye on, but I'm ready, I think, to check it off. Did I forget something major? Let me just look in the tech tree real quick to see if I forgot something major that I've upgraded and not used. The glycerol into ECH, but no, I don't think that's... lubricant. Okay, yeah, I did want to do lubricant, didn't I? So we'll... And biodiesel, but there's nothing to do with biodiesel yet except for fluid. Okay, so maybe I'll set up these genomes, which I believe are more efficient. So let's see. Let's check off biochemistry and be more specific. Better genomes and biolubricant. Okay, and we can check off lithium chloride logistics. Next episode, should I do better genomes and biolubricant, or should I go over and do better logic circuits and better battery ones and all this other stuff, like the mineral dust to my science? I think, well, let's real quick check. Oh, gosh. Okay. I was going to go walk over, but I cannot walk over. We do have enough fish science to do this zoology 3 research. Looks like we need... Oh, no, we need 300 fish science to do this. All right. So let's stop that. And would I rather spend that fish science getting worm drones? I think I would. Yes, I think I would. And then we won't need the fish science to do this kind of genome. Oh, that doesn't give me a genome. That's just better bacteria. Yeah, let's just balance. I like to balance the regular science with the biology science because you get these buffers of regular science that you can burn through really quickly. And then you get the buffer of biology science that you can burn through really quickly. Now, unfortunately, it looks like we are still waiting on some of the biology sciences before we are able to do the regular science, but I do have the infinite researches like the lab speed. Maybe that's worth doing. I mean, I don't really think the mining productivity is worth doing. Lab speed's pretty good because, again, we get these massive buffers of science, and then if the lab speed is big, then we can burn through it. So yeah, maybe I want to do something like this. Carbon sequestration I'm interested in. And once we've produced that, are we going to immediately be able to get the stack inserter capacity? I think so. So hopefully we'll be able to get that soon, and then we'll switch back over and do carbon sequestration, which I've been waiting on, and I'm excited to do that. And this looks like a pretty good plan, I think. We'll see what it looks like after the end of next episode. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see. Until then, until next time, y'all take care.